fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight. We're about to take you on a heart-pumping adventure through some of the most awesome scenes ever captured on film. Where surprises lurk around every corner, and a brush with death is worth the thrill of feeling alive. These are National Geographic's most amazing moments. You're in for a wild ride. From ferocious baboons to a hurricane in the house. From a mile-high free fall to the jaws of a mighty shark. These incredible scenes will compete for the title of Most Amazing Moment. Coming at you in 5 spine-tingling categories. Unexpected killers. Deadly animal encounters.
Don't let go of that head! I'm afraid of that head!
Amazing discoveries. Nature's fury. And adventures in the danger zone.
All I could think was, I have no business dying here.
Experience for yourself our most daring and incredible journeys as we count down our top stories of heart-stopping excitement. In the natural world, predators rule. And prey run for their lives. At the top of the food chain, the big boys have some killer moves. Long-range vision. Cunning strategy. Astounding agility. Blazing speed. And deadly precision. When it's dinner time, these natural-born hunters will go all out for a good meal. This polar bear takes on walruses 2 times his weight to get to a treat. A helpless walrus pup. You may think you've seen it all before. Now forget everything you know about the animal kingdom. You're about to get a chilling glimpse of unexpected killers. These scenes are bizarre. Ferocious baboons, fearsome frogs, and hippos in a frenzy. These are jaw-dropping, startling, and just plain amazing moments. This sea eagle likes an unusual takeout treat. Poisonous snake, fresh from the sea. The bird will have to hold on tight not to lose her lunch and her life. A seal's sunny day at the beach goes haywire when a killer whale springs from the sea to attack. Spiders scare you? How about one that pounces like a cat? Try running from this hungry lady. But what's next is even more incredible. In our next amazing moment, a baboon goes hunting for a surprising meal. A vast flock of migrating birds has gathered at this lake. Baboons don't usually eat flamingos, but this one finds the huge crowd irresistible. He plunges into the startled mass of birds. The flamingos flee for their lives, but the baboon's too fast and strong. And its teeth are long and sharp like a leopard's. The baboon nails its prey with one bite. The peaceful lake has become a killing ground. A new food's now on the menu. You won't be skinny dipping anytime soon after you check out our next unexpected killer. In this amazing moment, witness the incredible appetite of a voracious horde. For young egrets, first flight can be a dangerous introduction to the world. A fall from the nest is not unusual. But here, something lurks below the surface. And it's pulling the bird under. It tries to escape. But it's too late. A gang of piranhas is eating the bird alive. Hundreds of razor-sharp teeth shred the thrashing bird. The egret's desperate kicks only fuel their feeding frenzy. Within minutes, the feast is finished, and the piranhas go in search of their next meal. The ferocious fish clean the flesh off the egret's bones in mere moments. Next, a band of winged warriors is on a mission. "30 hornets are converging on a hive of European honeybees, a species not native to Japan. Inside the hive is something the hornets want. Larvae, pupae, and honey so sweet it's to die for. These 2-inch-long giant hornets are perfectly designed predators. Their stingers pump out a venom so strong it can dissolve human flesh. The Japanese hornets are outnumbered 1,000 to 1. But the European bees haven't had time to evolve a defense against the hornets' shearing mandibles. The hornet vanguard chomps their way through the front line. The bees defend the hive. But it's quickly clear they are no match for the hornet forces, who take no prisoners. Within minutes, they storm their way in and start shredding their way through the entire hive. Finally, the spoils of war. The hornets drink the honey and, like barbarians, carry off the bees' young. In the raiders' wake lies a battlefield strewn with the dead and dying. In just 3 hours, 30 hornets have massacred 30,000 bees. Think you have nothing to fear? Every year, dozens of people die from a severe reaction to this hornet sting. The Grim Reaper can take unexpected forms. Not all killers inspire fear. Who could be frightened by this little guy? These bullfrogs seem harmless enough, unless you're a tarantula, or a mouse, or a bird. Or a scorpion? They'll eat anything they can fit in their mouths. And for dessert, maybe something crunchy. How about Junior? But even the bullfrog can be foiled. In our next amazing moment, he tries out a new food with bizarre results. This innocent-looking newt enters the frog's field of attack. The frog strikes and swallows. The newt looks like a goner, but the battle's not over. The newt's skin contains a deadly poison. Within minutes, the frog is dead. And it's the lowly newt who struts away victorious. Facing death, the newt secretes bacteria-laden poison to paralyze and kill his would-be predator. Our most amazing story reveals even more unexpected behavior. This is a familiar hippo scene, an herbivore at rest. Although these animals look gentle, they can be aggressive, especially when dominance in the herd is at stake. This mother and her new calf have practiced approaching the herd for weeks. The calf's future depends on a good introduction. But a young male isn't in a welcoming mood. The new baby is not his offspring. What happens next has only been witnessed a handful of times. The male challenges the mother. She dashes for safety with her calf at her heels. But the water gets muddy. The calf loses his way. And the male hippo turns on the defenseless youngster. In what might be an attempt to assert his place in the herd, he takes the infant into his mouth and shakes. The baby struggles. He doesn't stand a chance. They go under. The mother tries to revive him, but he's gone. The bull has made sure that this calf won't grow up to be a threat. Mother Nature has nasty mood swings. Her anger takes many forms. Raging power. Awesome shows of strength. Disasters of a deadly magnitude. We're no match for Mother Nature. So when we face off, the drama is intense. You'll want to run for cover when you see what's coming up next. We'll take you directly into the path of Earth's most violent forces. A hurricane in the house, an avalanche at the top of the world, a duel with a monster tornado, and fire-breathing mountains that will demolish entire towns. What you're about to see will blow you away. Hurricanes pack a deadly punch. With violent winds, torrential rains, and devastating floods. In our first story, a Florida family fights for their lives in the eye of the storm. August 22nd, 1992. A hurricane named Andrew is picking up steam in the Atlantic. But meteorologist Stan Goldenberg has other things on his mind. On the 23rd, his wife Barbara is in labor.
Early stages of labor.
As they await the birth of their fourth child, Andrew hurtles towards their home. But outside, Stan sees no sign yet of its fury.
Waiting for the hurricane. Beautiful skies. Calm. You never know what was going to happen here in the next 12 to 14 hours or so.
By early evening, daughter Pearl is born.
Makes you feel like a daddy, right?
There you go.
But the celebration is short-lived. Barbara and Pearl will stay in the hospital while Stan races home to ride out the storm with the rest of his family. All around southern Florida, residents brace for Andrew's onslaught.
We have the family here.
That night, Stan shoots this video of his 3 boys, his sister-in-law, and her family.
Joseph, Aaron, Reuben.
They know it'll be a rough night. They have no idea that they're going to come face to face with a monster. After midnight, Miami gets a taste of things to come. But this is nothing. At 4:30 a.m., Andrew slams into the coast, full force. Winds whip at 165 miles an hour. It's a Category 5 hurricane, the most intense there is. In this bad boy's path, nothing and no one are safe.
Looks like our TVs are out. Maybe the power is out now for the duration.
Barbara can't reach Stan on the phone.
You can hear that outside. You can start to hear the roar outside.
Andrew rips the plywood from their windows and starts peeling back the roof. Determined to keep his family calm, Stan puts on a brave face.
Lord, we just thank you. We ask your protection.
As the hurricane kicks it up another notch, it's hard to believe the Goldenbergs can survive. By 8:30 a.m., Andrew's blown past. But Barbara Goldenberg has no idea if her family is alive or dead.
It did not look possible that anybody could be alive. And that was just a mile or two from my house. And at that point, I really felt despair.
160,000 people in the Miami area are suddenly homeless. 44 are dead. And as the hours pass, there is no phone call to let Barbara know that her family's made it through the night. Barbara's neighborhood is demolished. Her house is smashed to bits. This is all that remains of the kitchen where her family was holed up. Then, finally, a call comes in.
I still remember the first time I got through to her on the phone. You know, I just wept. I mean, it wasn't just the excitement of getting through to her, it was me pouring out the emotions of what I had been through. I mean, we had been through an incredible experience. This wall fell on us, containing the refrigerator, the stove, cabinets, all fell on top of us in that small space you're looking at. The mattress and everything, that's where we were pinned and protected during the worst part of the storm.
With their home ripped apart around them, Stan and his family survived one of the fiercest hurricanes in history.
Lord, we just thank you. We ask your protection.
In our next story, a cameraman stares down white death at the top of the world. Annapurna may only be the 10th highest peak on Earth, but it's 4 times deadlier than Everest. It kills 1 out of every 5 climbers who tries to conquer it. Its most lethal weapon? The avalanche. Get caught in one of these babies and you'll be smacked down and sucked under at the same time. If you don't die instantly, you could be suffocated to death under feet of snow. Still, fearless climbers return to Annapurna year after year. October 1997. Brothers Jose and Jesus Novas of Spain are out to conquer the mountain.
Nos vemos.
Cameraman Alejandro Rocha stays behind to film their attempt. Odds are, one of the brothers may not make it home. Tons of fresh snow cling to the mountain's steep slopes. Annapurna is now a ticking time bomb. The brothers forge ahead anyway. Soon, they are mere specks in the distance. Then, as Alejandro films, his worst fears come true. A colossal torrent of snow and ice crashes over the climbers. Avalanches can reach speeds of 80 miles per hour. This one is thundering straight towards Alejandro. He can't bear to face his killer. He retreats to his tent. This is the face of a man waiting for death. Miraculously, the massive avalanche grinds to a halt just a few yards from Alejandro's tent. His life has been spared.
¿Estáis bien?
But what about Jose and Jesus? responds. They could be anywhere under the snow, crushed by the avalanche, or buried alive. Alejandro searches with his camera for any signs of life. Suddenly, he spots something on the side of the mountain. He can't believe his eyes. An overhanging ledge has protected Jose and Jesus as the avalanche steamrolled over them. The brothers are thrilled to be alive.
Tranquilo, tranquilo.
Que se meta debajo de la...
Estuvimos debajo de la nieve por lo menos un minuto.
Y es lo que puedes ver en la máquina después.
¡Pedazo de luz! ¡Que nos pilló! Casi nos deja secos, tío.
With nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, Alejandro and the Novas brothers survive a death blow from the planet's most dangerous peak. Most of us run from nature's fury. Now, a guy who heads straight for it. Springtime in the Plain States is prime time for tornadoes. With winds raging up to 300 miles an hour, tornadoes kill more than 80 Americans a year and can flatten a town in seconds. June 24th, 2003. Storm chaser Tim Samaras is in Tornado Alley looking for trouble.
This thing turned into a big gust front.
His goal, to place as many scientific probes as possible directly in the path of a giant twister. The trick, do it without getting killed. The perfect conditions are forming near a tiny hamlet called Manchester.
Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a tornadic thunderstorm southwest of Woonsocket.
Tim and his teammates drive towards a massive thundercloud. About 7 miles out, a funnel starts taking shape.
Oh, look at the laminar tube.
He tries to get closer, but no roads lead in the right direction.
Oh, let's take this and go up and around.
This is a dangerous storm. Take shelter immediately.
I'm gonna wait till I get the right angle.
Take cover now.
He outraces the tornado for a few miles.
We took the road heading east, basically going right into the path of the tornado.
Fly north.
Okay, good.
One probe down, 5 to go.
Oh, we're gonna get hit!
The chasers estimate it's at least an F4 tornado with winds over 200 miles an hour. A twister this fierce can level a well-built house and turn a mobile home into a missile.
That was good, I think.
Tim's probes will record wind speed, barometric pressure, and other data. If the tornado sweeps directly overhead, the more he deploys, the better the odds.
That's it, hit. Whoa! Can you drive, please?
But playing chicken with a twister is a dangerous game.
We got 3.
The tornado shreds a nearby farmhouse, a reminder of what 200-mile-an-hour winds can do. Still, Tim is determined to deploy the last of his 6 probes.
We need to drop one. Dan, we don't have time. All right? We don't have time. We don't have time. Seriously.
He was saying that, but I was thinking something else. I was already out of the car. I grabbed the probe, I put it on the ground, I jumped in. I deployed in 5 to 7 seconds.
Then suddenly, the tornado turns on them.
It's coming back on the road. It's coming right at us, too. We got to put it on.
Twisters can accelerate at speeds of 70 miles an hour. This one is only 100 yards away and bearing down fast.
Listen to it.
If it catches up, it'll fling their van through the air, then crush it like a tin can. The driver puts the pedal to the metal, but the tornado seems to be gaining. The Twister chases the van down the road. Then, at the very last second, veers away and loses steam. They escape unharmed. Not everyone is so lucky. It's only after he downloads the data from his probes that Tin learns how close they came to the belly of the beast and certain death.
This is the one at the corner of the house. This is absolutely amazing. From the time I turned it on to maximum pressure, 82 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
82 seconds.
This is all you had.
That's all we had.
82 seconds from the tornado's center, but mere moments from its outer clutches. Any delay, and the tornado could have sucked the men into its deadly vortex. Tim came within yards of the most violent winds on the planet and his own mortality.
It's certainly the closest I've ever been to a tornado, and I don't ever want to be that close again.